Mayan Episode 2 of Apple TV Plus's Time Bandits starts with the bandits arriving in the frozen waste of the Ice Age. They argue over where they've left Kevin and his potential family, but eventually they concede, and the bandits realize they're in the wrong time period. This area also plays host to Fiona, who happens to be lying in wait for Kevin and the others on a task by pure evil to retrieve the map. From 50,000 BC, the bandits jump forward to South America in the Mayan Empire. Kevin points out the horrific sacrifices this tribe are known to give out to strangers, and then they run into the Mayans themselves. The Mayans seem to be happy and very welcoming, offering up plenty of food, drink, and gifts, but Kevin has his doubts. Given they could be the subjects of the next sacrifice atop the temple, he remains vigilant. The others, not so much. The bandits are brought before the Mayan queen, Lady Sack, who brings them more food. Each of the bandits have their own questions, with Penelope intrigued over what there is to steal, while Kevin finds himself at the kids' table and overhears how the queen makes so many sacrifices for him. It's enough to set off his spidey senses, as he knows that what they're getting is the VIP treatment before being sacrificed properly. Finally, Penelope understands and tries to usher them away, but it's no good. They're forced up to the steps of the temple where they realize it's all one big misunderstanding. Yes, this is the eating fruit and watching the sunset ritual. They berate the secondary sources that Kevin has relied on with the words from invaders, and they clarify everything. It turns out they don't hate people. They hate bandits, and those are the people they sacrifice. Now, remember when Penelope was asking about what items to steal earlier on to the Mayans? Well, they search Penelope's bag and don't find anything beyond fruit, which is a lucky escape, but they don't bring up her questioning. The group eventually leave and jump through the portal, heading back to Bingley in 2024. Fiona has been lying in wait since 50,000 BC, and she emerges now in the garden from the rocks. When they show at Kevin's bedroom, which happens to be moments after they initially left, they narrowly evade Supreme Being as it heads back into the closet. The bandits say goodbye to Kevin outside, but Fiona shows and destroys his parents, turning them into lumps of coal. They're not dead, meaning they can be returned to their original state. But not for a while, it seems. The bandits realize it's not safe for Kevin here, so they take him with them as they head through another portal and into parts unknown. Meanwhile, it wouldn't be a Taika Waititi production without him cameoing in his own show. And here we see him as the Supreme Being. He's been working on something top secret, but it seems we have an eavesdropper in the midst. The episode review. So for most of this episode, there's actually not a whole lot to write home about. The Mayan adventure is one long misunderstanding gag, while the Ice Age shenanigans go on for far too long for a single joke that's a bit meh to begin with. In fact, the only real plot development comes from the final 5 minutes or so when the bandits return to Bingley. The show has potential, but Waititi's humor is definitely hit or miss, and while there were better jokes in Episode 1, Episode 2 by comparison does falter and doesn't quite work as effectively. Hopefully things improve going forward, but it's clear this is going to be a very polarizing series.